Hey guys, Chaps here. It's been a while since I've done one of these get-to-know style videos. Joining me today is Nick, or as you guys probably know him, OpTic Ashes. So,
Hello.
yeah, we'll talk Gears a bit. Obviously, that's where a lot of people here will know you from. But let's start off getting to know you a bit better. Yeah, that was fun. So, any fun facts? Yeah.
All right.
Any fun facts about yourself?
Let's see. Fun facts. Well, I'm 6'2". That's pretty fun, being tall.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty blind without contacts or glasses. That's also fun. I'm terrified of the bottoms of boats. I've talked about that on my stream before.
Like on a yacht or something, just like going
Like underneath, like the hull of the boat, like going into a boat or all being on a boat, I'm fine. But like the underneath, like the part that's below the water, I'm terrified of. It's like an actual like phobia level fear.
Nice.
It's weird.
Um. So, how about gaming? Hobbies outside of gaming? Do you have any, non-gaming relating hobby?
Yeah. I love like working with computers and building computers. Snowboarding is a big hobby of mine, even though I haven't really been able to do it lately.
Where do you
Those are the main two.
Where do you like to go to snowboard?
So I lived on the east coast of the United States, so pretty much anywhere I could drive to, down in Virginia or up in Pennsylvania. I haven't gone anywhere like super nice, like Colorado or anything like that, but I really want to.
The nicest place I've been is like Snowshoe, which is
Yeah,
it's nice, but it's East Coast still.
yeah. It's nicer than most of the places I've been, like Blue Mountain, Camelback, places like that I've been.
Yeah. So I guess that's outside of gaming. Getting into gaming a little bit, working our way towards the Gears stuff, is what are you playing besides Gears now?
All of my time is consumed with PUBG, League of Legends, and a game that's in alpha whenever like the alpha is available called Islands of Nine, which is another battle royale style game.
Huh. So,
Literally all my time.
So no Fortnite?
Nah, I played Fortnite a lot when it came out. I don't know. I got tired of dying to hackers, and I haven't played it since.
All right. I haven't picked up PUBG yet, but I'm spending a lot of time on Fortnite myself.
It's a lot of fun. You should.
Yeah. All right. So getting into Gears now, stuff people want. How did you first get into Gears?
I started off competing in Gears of War back in '09, and I first came across the franchise because I had a friend of mine in like middle school who, whenever I went over to his house, he wanted to play Gears of War, and I hated it. And because I was a Halo person, and
Yeah.
so he always wanted to play this game, and like I finally helped him beat General Rom on Legendary or Insane or whatever. Sorry, I went Halo there for a second.
Yeah. Hey, you pronounced ROM correctly, so I mean,
I did.
You got that going for you.
I helped him beat it on Insane, which we found out you could just like nade tag him twice and he was done. And then we started playing multiplayer, and we learned the like Roadie Run chainsaw glitch, like way back in Gears 1, where you could like hold Roadie Run and like B at the same time, and if you collided with someone, they would instantly get chainsawed. Like it wouldn't do the animation; they would just pop. And that made me fall in love with the game, and then I got the game because of that.
Nice. Oh yeah, classic Gears 1 stuff is just fantastic.
Oh yeah,
But
Kung Fu flipping, all that stuff. I loved glitching in Gears 1.
oh yeah, I love just getting out of the maps, and that was a lot of fun.
Exactly.
So I guess you mentioned that you competed back then, but now you're a coach. A lot of people probably don't really know what that entails. So I guess to start off, what do you do as a coach? Obviously, you're the coach for OpTic Gaming, if people can't see your jacket already.
So for me as a coach, and I think that being a coach, really your role is defined by your team. So for me, the best way that I utilize my time and can help my teammates is online. I sit in on all their practices. I'm spectating, and I'm giving them kind of like quick snippets of like what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, like little in the moment things after each round that like, hey, this is where that round went bad. Or if they kind of get into like a discussion, I can be that neutral voice that said like, no, like this is why it happened, or yes, I agree with you. Let's try this next time, or something like that. On LAN, it's a little bit different. So I also do VOD review and stuff like that online to get prepped for LAN. On LAN, it's different because I play a more active role. So the week or two leading up to a major event, I'll actually start calling out in scrims. I'll only spectate their point of view. Normally, I just fly the ghost camera around. So I'll spectate their point of view and be like, pretend I'm on LAN with them. So I'll call out weapon timers. I'll call out things like rotations and stuff. And if I see something that I know that they can't see in terms of like, maybe I have like silhouettes on by accident or something like that, then I won't call it out. I won't be like, oh, he's hiding over there. But just trying to get them used to like my voice being part of the communication. Right. That way, when we transition to LAN, it's a little bit more natural. And then I fill in almost as like a secondary shot caller to explosives. If I see plays that they don't see, or if I think there's a strategy that we could run that would work against what I'm seeing the other team do, or weapon timers, obviously, things like that. So like their mid-round rotations, a lot of that I help with.
Okay. So you mentioned the kind of online versus in LAN thing. How different is that for you? Like being online, you have to sort of cycle through all the different players' perspectives to see that if you're not ghost camming. And then on LAN, you can see everyone's monitor at the same time pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty different. I mean, the way I watch scrims online is what I feel is the most effective. So I'll actually just ghost camera, like, and aim the camera at like, you know, places where the action is. So for example, if it's first half on Reclaimed, I'm going to put the camera about mid map and look up towards where B Hill is. That way I can see the entire fight. I can see if people are fighting at apples. I can see if people are going up and around. And going into bowl, and I can see everything that's going on, and not have to worry about if I miss something based on one person's perspective. And it also allows me to keep track of like, you know, who throws what smokes and where they're landing and why it's stunning us or how we need to change. So I don't worry about the cycling through cameras too much. I got really sick of that in UE. And then on LAN, it's actually a little bit more difficult on LAN just because like online, I can see everything going on in the fight in like from that one angle. I stare at one screen, I see it all. Whereas on LAN, like I have to look at everybody's individual monitor, and it's almost like seeing like, imagine like taking a picture and then cutting the picture up into segments and putting them on different spots on a wall. And so you have to like look at each one and remember what the other one showed to kind of imagine the full picture. Yeah. That's almost what it's like. So, it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people think a coach just sits back there with a stopwatch and does weapon timers and stuff. But like, I mean, some coaches might do that. But when you get up, I mean, you guys are obviously a top performing team, so you're just gonna be doing a lot more work now.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I work with the 5 best players in the game, and that makes my job more difficult in some senses because, you know, I have stronger personalities and skill sets and to be flat out egos to work with. But at the same time, it makes my job a lot easier because we don't have to worry about the fundamentals. It's, you know, just adjusting to the little things. So,
yep. So I wouldn't expect you to go back to being a player, being that you're coaching top team out there, but have you ever considered going back to trying to play, or what made you decide to coach instead of being one of the players?
What got me to switch was my work in League of Legends. So after Gears of War 2 got dropped by MLG, and I did like the whole GB All-Star thing for a while. In fact, I even teamed with Kenny on a few GB teams back then. And then my grades dropped in college. And so no more Xbox in my dorm room was the rule. So I found a game on PC that was free to play, and my computer could handle it. And so I got heavily involved in League of Legends. I competed in that while somehow still maintaining decent grades. And then I took a break from school to pursue League of Legends and work on like managing and coaching and even competing. and management and coaching was what I really loved. I still got that thrill, and that competitive like hunger was satisfied. But I didn't have the same stress as like being a player and maintaining my skill level while upholding other responsibilities of, living. So I just transitioned to that role, and then I started watching Gears of War again, because this is around like Hype Festation was starting to take off a little bit, and I was working with orgs that I wanted to kind of get back into Gears with, and so a lot of people might remember me stealing SYN, bringing in the COD org synergy to sponsor what is now Echo Fox. But at the time, I just wanted to help the scene, and when I started working with these guys, it was like September of 2015. I messaged Billy, or I DM'd him on Twitter. I didn't follow him. He didn't follow me or anything. I was just like, hey, like, you guys are young, doing well. I manage league teams. I want to help you guys get a sponsor. Are you interested? And they were like, yeah, sure. And that's how I joined the team.
Nice.
So, and I, like I said, I still get that thrill. I started watching their practices of, them competing and stuff like that. I started offering like maybe feedback and advice. And at first they were kind of like, just shut up. You're supposed to get a sponsors kind of thing. But after a while, they were like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like you might be right about that. Let's try that. And then I kind of just adapted into that coaching role. So, balancing both, making sure they're taken care of, and they can just solely worry about how they shoot their guns that day.
Nice. Let's see. So we were talking before. You said you just moved down to Dallas.
Yes, sir.
So is there a team house that's gonna be built or anything, or?
No. So we're actually going with a different style. Team houses, as beneficial as they are, the issue is if you have, in Gears of War sense, you have 5 people, 1 coach living under a roof. Being a roommate is a lot different than being like a friend or even a teammate. Your little things will start to annoy you, and that's kind of like where team houses found their downfall in esports. It's just there's no separation. One, there's no separation of work and home for the players, and then 2, you've got like you spend all day every day, work and like casually, with the same people. That's tough. So you'll notice like a lot of major orgs are moving towards the like, we'll move all of the players to a central location and then give them like an office space nearby to work in. So that's what we're doing. We have everybody actually officially moved out here to Texas, and so all 6 of us on the Gears team, and we are all in the same building. And then with the offices, it's like a little drive over to the offices, and we're getting practice rooms set up for them there.
Cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
It'll change the way we practice, and it'll make our practices more efficient, which is terrifying. I mean, like, terrifying for people we play against. Because like we're doing what we do right now remotely with, bad connections, and, like, arguments happen online and all that stuff. And now that we can sit in the same room and like actually go over VODs, like without people like getting distracted by Twitter or anything, and just be focused, and our practices will be more efficient. The possibilities are literally terrifying.
Are other big Gears teams like Echo Fox doing something like this? I mean, I know they have a nice play area that they can go in and practice in, but are they all moving to a central location to play together?
I know Echo Fox, I think 3 of their players moved in together. Praise, Toy, and Kyle moved in together actually nearby, like 15 minutes from here.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not sure what their reasoning for that was. I mean, it might be the same as like Billy and Gilbert moved in together like 3 months ago. But in terms of like the rest of the team, I know Echo Fox is like headquartered out of California, so I don't see them then going back to California to be near like Echo Fox headquarters and stuff. And I think that's mostly for like the league teams and
okay.
Teams like that. I do know Ghost has their massive gaming house that they want everybody in, but I think that's difficult with, players having girlfriends and Rushies still being in high school and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see if this becomes a trend for Gears esports.
Yeah. So one of the things you've mentioned a few times about coaching is going over VODs. Something you brought up a couple months ago was that you were looking at holding some set sessions to like coach players if they send you some VODs, or you can watch their gameplay or something and coach them for a small fee, help them improve in the game, and hopefully become better esports players. So is that something you're still doing, and how's that going?
Yeah, so I offered solo coaching sessions. I basically found like a week that I had slots available, and it was like a complete trial run. I had done 2 or 3 sessions for free to people in the for people in the community, just to kind of make sure that like I could be somewhat efficient doing it. I mean, like
Yeah.
again, this is not something that I had done before. I'd coached like one-on-one in League, but not in Gears, and Gears doesn't have the same tools. So I kind of put myself out there for that, and I offered sessions. I think I had 8 sessions available in one week, and I sold, I believe, 6 of them.
Okay.
And I did all 6 sessions. It was everything from aspiring amateur players to people who are subs in my stream and just wanted like a more one-on-one chance to talk about like Gears and the meta of Gears, and to like there was a grown man from Italy that bought a session that I worked with. So it was definitely interesting. It was a great experience for me, and I think for them. Everybody had good feedback. I've gotten messages from some of them. I think it's been like a month now, saying like how they've seen their gameplay improve and they want to know when I'm offering more sessions. So I think it went really well. It's something that I want to continue to do. It's just a matter of having the availability. Like I haven't even been able to upload to YouTube or to stream in the last month. So being able to do those is kind of more priority than doing the solo coaching sessions, just because I love content creation. So right now that I'm starting to get like moved and settled, I should be able to kind of get a more stable schedule figured out to where I'll be able to balance everything out with my new job with OpTic, plus coaching, plus stream, plus YouTube, and then solo coaching, hopefully. The coolest part of it was being at the Dallas Gears event and having people come up to me and be like, "Hey, your Ash is right. I'm really interested in doing one of those solo coaching sessions. Like, I didn't perform as well as I wanted to here on LAN, or I wanted to sign up to it, but I didn't have time." Like, I had one guy offer to hand me $20 right there so he could reserve a session when they're available again. I actually got approached by 4 or 5 people just at that event asking about the sessions and when they'd be back up.
So there's definitely interest, I guess.
Yeah, so there's definitely interest, which I got a lot of flack for people like saying, "You're charging $20. Like nobody will want to do that. It's the Gears community." But I mean, it's there. The interest is there. There are people out there in the Gears community who want to be better competitors, who want to learn, and who are eager to do so. So,
Yep.
It was a great experience.
Nice. So something you just mentioned there is your new role in OpTic. Are you able to explain that at all, or?
Yeah. So hopefully at this point of this video coming out, a lot of people have seen my announcement video. But basically, I have been sort of promoted up into OpTic in a management role where I'm now a player support coordinator. So OpTic, I think right now has 7 or 8 teams if you include like Outlaws and the league teams and stuff like that. And my job, as well as like I have 2 people who I work with, our job is to basically take care of all those teams, make sure all the players have everything they need, make sure events are booked and traveled and hotels booked and controllers are sent out and gear is sent out and whatever they need, new jerseys, everything just is taken care of so that players can just focus solely on playing. And I think for me specifically, I'm working with 3 console teams, so Call of Duty, Halo, and Gears of War. And I'll obviously still be coaching Gears of War, but I'll be traveling to events for all 3 teams and making sure they have everything they need.
Cool. I guess mentioning those other console teams, what do you see those lands, or like how do you compare those lands to a Gears land as far as how big it is or what the experience is like?
So I have not been to a Halo event since it was part of MLG when Gears of War 2 was there, and I'm dying to go to one. I think Call of Duty events as a member of OpTic, are much better than Gears of War events. And it's simply because in Call of Duty, like OpTic is, the favorites. Everybody loves them. They're typically the crowd favorites, minus Dallas, I think, was split pretty evenly with TK and OpTic. And it's just an awesome experience to have like fans like constantly around or seeing people wear OpTic apparel and stuff like that. Whereas Gears, like people are tired of seeing us win, so they're always rooting for the underdogs. And even though that doesn't affect us, it in hindsight you kind of go like, well, I mean, it does kind of suck,
Yeah.
It's always more fun. Like Vegas was one of the most fun events for me, just because we had the whole crowd supporting us. Sorry, I just hit my desk. We had the whole crowd supporting us because of like the whole incident with United and Icy and Godplays. So
Yeah.
It's a completely different experience, and I'm getting used to the fact that like the crowd wants us to lose, other team wants us to lose. Hell, at this point, I think even the coalition wants to see us lose, the way they're doing like the hype videos and stuff like that. Because we're 4 events past Mexico, but Mexico is brought up every time we play Aquafox.
Yeah.
So
and you guys don't lose except Mexico, but
so
you're
it's
team now.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like it's I understand it. So like I'm not upset by it. It's just like I wish we had a strong fan base like the COD team does. Like even when the COD team is dominant, it's a good thing. Like the crowd is still behind them. Whereas with us, like we're dominant, but the crowd wants to see the underdogs.
Yep.
But I love esports in general. So it could be a, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a vainglory event. I would still have fun,
So I think that's going to be all the questions I've got for you. I will have all of your YouTube and your Twitch information, Twitter information, all of that down in the description. So guys, go check them out. You said you're in a little lull from making content, but you hope to get back in there, and you're still streaming, although the move is probably taking up some of your time.
Yeah, this weekend I'm hoping to get back into streaming and YouTube.
Nice. So by the time this video goes out, it should be back up.
Yep.
All right. So thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
It's actually the first time we've ever talked.
I know. I was thinking that too when we were getting on Discord. I was like, I feel like I should introduce myself.
Yeah. But I was too busy trying to set up my cameras to introduce myself. So yeah, thanks for joining. For the viewers out there, hopefully you guys learned a little something new about what it's like to coach a top tier team, or if you didn't learn anything about coaching, maybe you learned something a little new about Ashes. So I know I was pretty interested in the topic myself, so it was nice talking to you.
It was great talking to you guys. Well, I don't know why I say guys. All of you guys out there in the audience watching this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button.
I doubt you'll need this at all, but good luck in Mexico City next month.
Hey man, it's always appreciated. We need every ounce of luck we can.
Yep, I'll root for you guys to win, but I kind of want to see you guys lose.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to see you guys lose and then maybe win in like the finals again. It's always nice to see you guys lose, just to show that it's possible.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for the interview.
Yep. Thanks again for everyone watching. I'll catch you later.